Hey everyone, Morgan here. So I'm going to be showing you how we are rebuilding our preps. So when at the old house in Texas, I feel like I had the best preps that I've had in like a really long time. I was so impressed. Like when I was moving, I was just like, whoa, like I had an inventory, but like when you physically like touch everything and you're getting everything together, you're just like, wow, I really built up a fantastic collection of preps in only a year. I was just so impressed with myself, you know. I was like, wow, did pretty good, right? I've been doing this for a long time, but I'm always like just kind of impressed with how quickly your preps can grow just by doing the slow and steady. So I'm going to show you guys how we are rebuilding it and how you can rebuild it. So first of all, you do need a budget, okay? You need to set a budget specifically for preps. A lot of people ask me, well, how do I do preps and, get out of debt? Well, you have to have a budget. How much is going to go towards debt? How much is going to go towards your everyday living, right? Entertainment, whatever. How much is going to go towards preps? Even if you only have like, $5, $10, $20, every paycheck to go towards it, that's enough. I promise you. You can get a bunch of canned goods for, $5, $10, $15, $20. So, and then you could also put a little bit of extra money aside for like bigger bulk purchases, right? So I need to buy some LDS canned wheat berries, and it's around 50 some dollars. It's going to be, for like 6 cans of wheat berries. And so I'm going to budget for that, right? So $50 this month I'm going to spend on that. Next month I might spend another $50 on some other bulk goods. The other month, et cetera, et cetera. And it just goes on like that. And speaking of that, you have to set the priorities, right? So what do you want first? Do you want the wheat berries first? Do you want, a Berkey first? What do you want? And set those priorities. And the way that you set the priorities is writing a list. Write down all the things that you think you want in bulk items and in like the large items. So like, so let's say you do want a Berkey, or you do want like a grain grinder, or I don't know, whatever else, right? The big purchases. Bulk foods, let's say you want these things, you should prioritize it. Write it all down and say, okay, this month I'm going to do this. Next month I'm going to do this. And I promise, I know every prepper feels like this now or in the future or whatever. You're going to feel like, you need to do it all right now. Moving into this home, getting rid of as many preps as I did, I'm feeling it, okay? But it also calms me down when I can get that little bit of extra food, you know what I mean? And I prioritize and I budget and I make sure to say, okay, this month I'm definitely getting this, that month, and then every grocery store visit, we're getting canned goods and the other non-perishable foods that we need. So I got 2 canned goods. One is going in the preps and then one is going for eating. It's the same. I did the same with everything. Carrots, 1 prep, 1 eating. I actually got 4 corns because they were on sale. So so I'm actually going to put those extras that I got in the prep. And then I can always take from it, right? We really love these fruit mixes. So we got 1 and 1. Green beans, 1 and 1. And then canned black beans, super convenient. Of course, getting the dry black beans. Dry beans are great, but canned beans, super convenient, easy. Doesn't take any water for soaking, etc. So, okay, and I also got some breadcrumbs. I know it's super easy to make, but again, it's just another convenience, and they last like forever, okay? Just keep them out of moisture, right? And then some baking powder. I just needed some. I realized I think I got rid of like all my baking powder, which was a weird thing for me to do. Anyway, and since we are going to be baking way more than usual, I'm going to be filling these buckets with sugar and flour and, baking breads and baking everything. I really want to focus on making everything, making as much as we possibly can. I'll talk about that in another video, but I got the food grade buckets and I'm going to be putting those for everyday use. Buying that kind of food in bulk for me is really important because I do use a ton of flour. I do use a lot of sugar in the baking, right? I don't go through sugar very fast, but I do, there's recipes that call for it or whatever, right? And then we'll go to Costco like once a month or once every 2 months or something and get like the bulk honey and the bulk oil. And I'll show you guys what I get from Costco next time and things like that. But that's budgeted and that is prioritized. Okay, we need to get this stuff from Costco because it'll be bulk and it'll be cheaper. And we need to get this stuff from this specific place because it'll be bulk or cheaper or whatever. But from your everyday grocery shopping, you know, you may get rice and beans and canned goods and things like that. Baking goods, you know, that can get you through the everyday and short-term layers, and then work on those long-term layers as well. Just prioritizing and making lists and things like that. So that's really helped me. You know, I'm going to actually put down below a little download that I have for a planner that I gave to my newsletter subscribers. And if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, I highly recommend that you subscribe to my newsletter. I always send lots of free stuff and great tips and things to my newsletter. And yeah, so lots of good stuff. If you have any questions or anything about this, I'm going to be progressing every month. I'm going to show you kind of some of the things that we're getting, like what we've got from grocery hauls and Costco and things like that. I will try to remember. Sometimes I'm really bad about it because I just get home and I put everything away and then I'm like, oh, dang it, I wanted to make a video. I will do my best, remember. Okay, so building a supply really takes these things, okay? It takes a budget. It takes prioritizing through making lists. It takes buying a little at a time. And it takes taking a breath, right? But the last thing I want to talk about is looking to local, okay? Find those local suppliers as well. You may be able to find super amazing deals through those local suppliers of, you know, the non-perishable foods like the eggs and the milk and the cheeses and things like that. And also the more that you can make yourself, the better off you'll be as well, you know, and then you'll be making more things, not buying it, learning more skills, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you all so much for watching Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing Today. Talk to you later. Bye.